Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, I wanted to revisit a watch that is one of my favorites actually. So I had actually gotten this watch about 2 years ago or so. It was the kind of the original version, and I sold it. I got rid of it, and I always missed it and regretted it. So when SWC announced this kind of DLC coated bunker, I figured it'd be a perfect time to this one back. So I did. And I wanted to make a quick little update slash, you know, there's a new one, but at the same time, the old one, and I have a quick little summary about kind of just about what I think and if I would recommend to watch. Let me get some of the stuff here. So first, um, I wanted to kind of go over SWC or Swiss Watch Company. So this is a micro brand, but you know, it's a little bit different than kind of your typical micro brands in the sense that this actually kind of has a little bit of a good story to go with it. Most micro brands are, for lack of better words, are not often watch people. They're just someone that wanted to start a business selling watches. In some cases, they're not even like handling the watch. They just have it built and doing the whole drop ship thing. So that's why I've never kind of really gravitated towards micro brands too much. Now there's some good ones out there, but this one kind of really spoke to me better than most. Two reasons. One, the owners, it's a father and a three-son team. Um, they actually have especially the father, he's been in the watch game for a long time. He's actually from Switzerland. So, I mean, this Swiss is a guts, right? I mean, it's actually, um, you know, near and dear me to Swiss. So let's take a quick look about them. You can kind of see if you ever go to their webpage, you can kind of see right here, Stephen Romer, he's from Switzerland. He's worked kind of all over the whole watch industry. Started this brand in '96, so I think this one actually has a compelling story. So that's why I've kind of gravitated to this watch, kind of more so than some of the other micro brands out there. So again, that's just my opinion, of course. But take a look at this watch specifically. What I appreciate about um, this brand is they really kind of overbuild their watches in a good way, meaning these watches just pack a lot of value, built kind of with very high specs in mind. So you get a lot of high quality materials, craftsmanship that you typically would not find at this price point. So at $450, it really is a good deal for what you're getting here. So let's kind of look at the build quality here and kind of see what you're getting. So first, the loom. So Super Luminova is a premium type of loom that's used in a lot of pricier watches. So you get the premium loom with this watch, but what you're also getting is that it gives you 20 layers of loom. So this watch glows. Not only does it glow bright after you hit it with light, but it lasts for quite a while, several hours into the night. I'll still see it on my nightstand. So definitely checks the box if you're into loom. This watch definitely has packs the punch when it comes to loom. Um, the other build quality here is that we get into actual metal that's used here. So this is a titanium base. So it's a titanium watch, titanium bracelet, and it's DLC coated. So again, premium materials. Titanium watches always such a premium price. So this one, how thin it is, you get a signed crown, you've got real lugs. They did not skip out anywhere on this watch. If I had to ding them on something on this watch, it'd probably be the bracelet because they just used kind of the push pins, right? Instead of like screw down crowns, which is kind of a more premium aspect. But otherwise, bracelet itself is pretty good as well. Like I said, it's not the highest quality bracelet, but for what you pay for it, and it's titanium, well worth it. Um, Moving on to the display here. So you do get a sapphire crystal, but 16 layers of AR coating. So again, this is where we get into the whole, you know, overbuilt aspect. That's not something you find a lot of watches because this thing is super clear. You can almost like the glass disappears at some points. I can actually I've got some pictures teed up here. Throw those up here. And I see here, here are some outdoor shots that I took. Kind of see here, this one is just like a regular shot, but if you look at an angle like right here, almost see how the crystal just disappears. I mean, crystal is almost invisible here. Here's another one. You can kind of see it. Look down at your watch. It's as if there was almost no glass there. That's how clear this watch is. And again, it's very legible. It's kind of reminds me a lot of like my Speedmaster, where you kind of have that black on white monotone. It just makes it for a very easy reading watch. Here's another one. You can kind of see the crystal again. It's just going back to normal. But these two kind of really illustrate how just how clean that sapphire crystal is. Unless you have a smudge on there, the glass just disappears. So, um, you know, again, testament of why I like this brand so much is build the watches so well in terms of cutting no corners. It uses also a Swiss movement, SW200. It's at 28,000 per hour. Yes. And other key thing here is that it's a regulated movement. Again, that's something that's reserved usually for more expensive watches. I don't think I have any, with the exception of maybe I have only one watch that is regulated. That's my Pelagos. And my $2,000 Seiko Remaster is not regulated. It should be at that price point, but it's not. So again, a regulated watch, like $500. So I mean, this thing is again just packed with features. Got a screw down crown, so you get pretty good water resistance. As far as dimension goes, it is a 41 millimeter case, and I feel like it wears like a 41. Kind of come off a little bigger because it doesn't have like a bezel like some dive watches do. So a lot of times the impression of a watch is just kind of how big the actual dial is, not how big the watch is. So this has a big dial because much of a bezel. But otherwise, it wears very comfortably. Again, titanium. It's super light. It's very thin for an automatic. 22 millimeter lugs, which makes this very compatible with a lot of different strap options out there. So a lot of freedom to pick and choose your favorite strap. So, and a lot of cool things on this watch that I go on for hours. But so that's kind of, in summary, really why I like this watch. Someone that looking for collecting, just want one watch. If you just you're not a collector, but you just want one watch to kind of be your main go 24/7 kind of watch, I think a watch like this fits the bill because this really is very versatile. It can be worn to be dressed up, to be dressed down. I mean, just a very kind of universal kind of watch where it can suit for many occasions. It's very slim and light. You don't really feel it on wrist like you some other watches. Very legible. So if you're someone that struggles with kind of poor eyesight, this is perfect. This is one of the most legible watches you'll encounter because monotone color scheme here, and that makes it super legible. That red second hand is a perfect touch. So overall, I'm so glad I've gotten this watch back, and this time I'm not getting rid of it. So I am going to keep it, and I might actually add another one from their collection here soon as well. So tune. This one is just a very impressive watch. All theirs are. I mean, any of their watches. I think you'd be happy with. Kind of build all their watches with the same kind of approach, where cut no corners, kind of the best of the best, um, pack it all into one watch. So they do have some affordable quartz watches, much more affordable if you don't really care about kind of having a automatic. But that's it for this one. So thanks for tuning in, and my autofocus sucks today. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for outro focus. I was messing up. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and bunker, guys.